What's going on, drivers? Hope everybody out there is safe and doing well. I'm chilling here at I had to look over at the sign. I'm at the Railroad Pass Hotel and Casino up here in lovely Henderson, Nevada. Chilling. I didn't do too well. I went in and played a little bit, but I didn't do very well at all. My luck was zero. Walked out of there a loser. Well, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe, all that good stuff that all the YouTubers like to say. This video right here, I hope you share it out, get it out there. I think this is something that we all need to talk about. I think it's something that in trucking we need to be more vocal about with each other as well as with the public. I think it's an important topic, and that's depression in trucking. Driver depression, some people refer to it as. Depression out here is pretty common. And I'm willing to bet if you were to bring a psychologist into a truck stop and they sat there and interviewed every driver that came in there, they would probably find more people with some form of depression than they would without. It's just the nature of the beast. It's the nature of our job. The purpose of this video is to make you feel more comfortable in being able to talk about it. Being able to reach out there also to let you know you're not alone. Don't ever think you're alone. Also to let you know there is ways to get help, even out here on the road. I know a lot of drivers probably are nervous about talking about depression or talking about how they feel. Out here on the roads, they're scared to lose their job. They're scared to be looked at as weak. They're scared. They may be scared for many different reasons, Got a family at home that depends on them to make a living and support them, and they'll set their own health aside to try to maintain and survive. Sadly, life is just that way. Life doesn't care how we feel. Life doesn't. It doesn't. The bills don't care. They keep coming, right, drivers? It doesn't stop. The truck stop doesn't care what kind of day we're having, what kind of day we're not having. They're going to keep coming at us with high prices of food and faking that hello drivers every time we walk in there, right? It is what it is. Well, depression's something that some people may know they're dealing with and some people don't. I got a feeling a lot of these companies don't even realize that a lot of the things that they get from drivers are actually signs of depression. We get snappy. That's a sign of depression. Anger, quick to anger, that's a sign of depression. We need to know what the signs are. Not everybody who's depressed or going through depression gets sad or cries or what you would typically think of when you think of depressed. Depression can come in many different forms. There's a lot of different signs of it. A lot of different ways. Sometimes people who are battling depression will talk bad about others because talking bad about others helps them feel better. Putting someone else down. It's like they're using them as a step to step up. If you really want to know who you are, look at how you view others. In psychology, that's called projections. Most of the time, the way a person views somebody else, it's more so them than it is the other person. That's why a lot of times, like if I just met somebody, I'll listen to what they're telling me when they're telling me about someone else. This person, he's this and he's that, he's a liar, he's a cheater, he's this, yada yada yada. Most of the time, they don't even realize it, but they're telling me who they are. And if you got any intelligence at all, you know that. That's psychology. It's basic psychology. Introduction to psychology. If you went and took psychology in college, that would be one of your first classes. It's that basic. But you'd be surprised how many people don't realize that. There's many different signs to depression in trucking. If you're not finding the energy to get your truck clean, you're not finding the energy to make your bed every morning, you don't take any pride in making your bed, you're either sleeping a lot or not sleeping very much. Both of those can be signs of depression. tired all the time can be a sign of depression. You're withdrawing. You find it hard to talk to people when you walk in a truck stop, or hard to talk to another driver when another driver comes up and says hi. Um, you're not wanting to socialize with loved ones at home, or you're calling them less and less. Those are all signs of depression. You find yourself going down the road, you're not even wanting to listen to music. You're just wanting to be in your own thoughts. Drivers, I think a lot of what leads us to depression out here is being in our own thoughts. Being in our own thoughts too much. Like the Bible says, idle hands are the devil's handiwork. And that's a fact. I mean, it is a fact. Think about it, drivers, when something happens out here, like how far we can take it rolling down the road, thinking about it for 10 hours straight. The last conversation you had with a supervisor, one of the driver supervisors or your driver manager, it may not be nothing, but man, I'm telling you, 10 hours straight, 11 hours straight of thinking about it, and you'll think you're terminated and they're routing you back to the yard secretly. And I mean, it really gets the jacking with you. It's hard to explain to someone who doesn't drive a truck. In our line of work, it's like it's almost like everybody's out to get us. I mean, we got DOT, constantly worried about dealing with them and that nonsense. Truck stops and their high prices. Your company in any way, shape, manner, form, or fashion, you may find yourself in a clink there dealing with them. Truck breakdowns, bills being due when a truck breaks down. I mean, there's so many obstacles that we deal with on a daily basis that it's almost unreal. Traffic, just heck, if you want to feel rage, deal with traffic. I mean, I've tried everything. You go 55 miles an hour through the city and still people will come on the highway in front of you doing 40. I mean, it never fails. I don't know what drivers ed around the country is doing, but they're not teaching them people how to drive anymore. But I'm getting off topic there. That ADD getting me again. But drivers, I want you to know, depression needs to be talked about. And I'm going to put a link or a couple links down in the description of some online counseling that you can get. Most of them take insurance. If you work for a company, have insurance. There's nothing wrong with getting the help you need. And the help you need is not going to cost you your job. There's a lot of drivers out here that do get the help they need. But you need to get the help. Too many of us kill each other or kill ourselves each year. Just myself, I know 2 drivers that have committed suicide in their trucks. One was up in Pennsylvania. He was parked at a terminal. I was at a company I was working at, and he never told anybody what he was going through, and shot himself in the head one night. Just thought that's all, all it amounted to. And to be honest with you, I talked to him on a regular basis, and I didn't even know that he was depressed and he was going through that, but he was. Another one was a friend of mine in Kansas City. He was waiting at a shipper, and he was going through some things. I think he had just had a divorce at this time. It was right around that time. And he shot himself sitting in the dock, waiting to get loaded or getting loaded. It doesn't have to come to that, drivers. There's all kinds of things we can do out here to help ourselves. One is getting up out of these trucks. Take a walk. Go in a casino. Even if you don't spend no money, just go in there, walk around, take a look at the machines. Walk around truck stop. Walk away from the truck stops. Get away from the trucks. There's a shopping mall or something down the street. Walk down there. Take a walk through the shopping mall. Get used to people moving around you and interacting and stuff like that. Instead of eating in your truck, eat in a restaurant. Socialize with the waitress, flirt with the waitress or waiter if that's what you're into. But the point is, drivers, we got to get out of the trucks a little more. That 23 hours a day, basically, sitting in your truck, 1 hour of a little bit of socializing. We weren't meant to be that way. We're actually meant to be social creatures. And being that way hurts us mentally, whether we realize it or not. When you take time off, don't just set up in the house. If you're in a room, don't set up in it. Get out, go fishing, go bowling. Even if you go by yourself, you're going to make friends. You're going to meet people down there that are into the same thing. I know drivers that are into different kinds of things like frisbee golf, handball, different things like that. And when they have time, they'll actually Uber. They carry the stuff they need with them, and when they're going to be down a day or two, they'll Uber out and go participate in those activities wherever they're at, and they end up meeting people that are into the same things wherever they go. So you just got to do what you got to do, but don't feel alone. Don't feel like you're the only one going through it, because I promise you, you're not. Reach out and talk to another driver. I can promise you that if you do, you're probably going to find that other drivers either feel the same way you feel, or they have felt the same way you're feeling. Don't let it get so far that you hurt yourself or destroy your family. There's somebody out there that loves you, and they're counting on you to come home. If you off yourself in the truck, taking a bunch of pills or whatever you do, you're going to hurt somebody. It doesn't just hurt you. It's going to hurt somebody else. And then they're going to have to figure out how to get you home. You're putting a lot of people at risk by doing that, costing a lot of people some money as well. But I encourage you to look into these different online platforms. There's also online platforms for support groups and different things like that, where you can actually call in or FaceTime into these support groups, to get the help that you need. And I encourage you to comment below. If you've been through it or you're going through it, comment down there. Let me know. Man, I hate feeling this way. This is how I'm feeling. Your feelings matter, just like everybody else's. I don't want you to feel alone. I've made a couple of videos about driver depression. I do one probably about every 7 or 8 months. I feel like it's something that is very common out here, and for whatever reason, we don't talk about it near enough. I spend all these hours alone, and this little video here gives you a few minutes of knowing, hey, you're not alone, and there is somebody else out here that has been through it as well. Now, I'm going to tell you some things that have helped me over the years whenever I notice myself slipping into those types of situations. One is I get out of the truck and I walk. And even if I don't want to walk far from the truck, let's say I'm in a bad area, I'll pace back and forth beside the truck. I'll walk from the front of the truck back to the trailer. And I just go back and forth, back and forth. I can promise you that whatever you're thinking about, whatever is bothering you, whatever you can't get off your mind, you walk back and forth for 10 or 15 minutes, you won't be thinking about it anymore. Walking is one of the most therapeutic things there is. Exercising, even if it's sitting in your sleeper with a couple dumbbells, lifting weights. Try to get away from your phone. Try not to get online so much. Getting online is a big problem. It distracts us from what's going on around us. Try to put yourself in the moment of what's going on around us. Listen to some of these motivational speakers that are on YouTube. Some of these self-help groups and different things like that have YouTube channels that give a lot of great pointers on how to deal with depression. What you eat, try to eat healthy. Try not to eat so much fast food. Stop at Walmart, buy you some food and make it on your truck if you can. Make your bed every day. You catch your driver manager in the right mood, try to have a conversation with them for a couple minutes. Do what you got to do. But you're not alone, drivers. This goes for all of you, males and females. You aren't alone. There's a lot of us out here running these highways day and night. A lot of us out here running these highways through the holidays. We've missed birthdays. We've missed football games. We've missed Little League baseball games. We know how you feel, and we've been through the same thing. So don't feel alone. I appreciate all of y'all for stopping by, Share this out. Get the word out there. Don't forget to check down in the description if you're feeling down, and get you some help, driver. Y'all take care, stay safe, and keep trucking.